Alright, so I said to myself earlier today I wasn't going to make a video about this. I was just going to save it for the review that I've got planned down the road. But I'm still waiting for one more piece of the puzzle before I can get started on it. And it's something that I have been planning from the very beginning since the announcement of this replica helmet. Something a little humorous, might be haha here, but anyway, that's neither here or there for the time being. I just want to go ahead and state the matter of address because it's been a pretty bad week for me so far, and if you have been looking at my posts lately, you probably know why. But other than that, this also arrived the same day of that same incident that I talked about not that long ago on the community board, but yeah, so anyhow, it looks good, you know. I can't fault it for that. The sculpting on this is a work of art. But what's really bothering me about this is not the fact that there's no problem with it fitting me. It looks great on me, especially surprisingly. This is probably the most comfortable helmet that actually fits on me and doesn't look like it's too big around the circumference of my head. Um, it's not perfect. I'll say that much. For anything, this is probably the one visor piece that you can probably see my eyes through, surprisingly, because it's kind of thin. You can actually kind of see the box behind the lens. It's not as tinted as it should be, like the other helmets, but I digress. Anyway, that's not the problem here, okay? The problem is the paint department is either slacking off or they're just not taking their time with this because I really wanted to save this for the review, but I'm not going to wait. So you can see it's got some really bad line work here. It does not match. It's just oversprayed in many areas. There seems to be some bits missing as well. You can probably make out how bad this really looks down here around the head of the pterodactyl at the beak. There's actually scuffing going on here, probably the way it was packaged in the box, and they went from plastic to from plastic bags to paper. Actually, it's paper and taped over, and that's it. That's your protection inside the box here. I can't blame the shipping box. The shipping box is right here, and it arrived the way it did. And from the inside of that brown box, this box actually turned out pretty fresh. There doesn't seem to be any scuffings or any dents. All the corners seem to look pretty good to me. So obviously something went wrong when placing it in the box and it got scraped up, unless this is intentional. But I want you to see this here, okay? All right, you can see it there. I mean, that's pretty bad. I don't know if this is intentional, if this is part of their paint work that they're doing here, if they're doing like some kind of uh, I don't know what would be the word, but maybe battle scars or something going on here. I don't think anybody else's replica Pink Ranger helmet from the Lightning Collection looks like this, but then again, I haven't really seen any reviews on this just yet. I've been wanting to keep it a big surprise for myself just to see how good this might actually be. And for the most part, it really is. It's just a couple of areas that they just really needed to take their time on, and if this is intentional, I gotta understand one thing. I've really gotta ask why. Why this? Why just this one area? But because as far as I know, in the show, it doesn't matter if it's the stunt costume or if it's just the Sentai footage. This doesn't appear here. These scuff marks, as far as I know. Everything else on it seems to be pretty good. The eyes, the green eyes, are nicely painted. They're pretty even. It is hand painted and it does look really good. But yeah, just a few spots on this is kind of bugging me here. Also, on the side, you can see how much this actually stands out here because they didn't paint it pink on the inside. So I mean, it's just, ugh. That don't look cool, but oh well, it is what it is. I'm not gonna argue about it. I'm not gonna contact Hasbro. They did their part. You know, they got it to me in one piece. That's all that really matters. But it's just, it's just that one and two there that's just bugging me. Just those spots there. But if anybody else's has those scuffs right here at the front, because that's what's really bugging me. All right, this is something I could probably take like some rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip and correct myself if I want to take the time and do that. It's just this really. I mean, I know it's hard to make out, but the closer I get, the better it's coming into detail here. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys can even see this? Is the light reflecting too much that you can't? You can kind of make it out. It's kind of hard to make on this phone, but yeah. Hopefully this is just a problem on my part here. Your results will be different, but if it's not, let me know right away if I'm wrong about this, and this is intentional, right around here. I mean, other than that, I'm ready to do the review anytime that last part comes in that I'm waiting on here, but it might be a little time, maybe another week or two. I don't know. I guess it all depends. Anyway, I'll give you guys a status update if you want, but I really want to save it to the actual review, which is going to be whenever it gets here. But in the meantime, I got other things that I'm planning to review, but unfortunately, life got in the way. And hey, when life gives you lemons, well, the good news is you get to drive a Nissan Rogue for the time being. I want my car back.